Coming up on this week's edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle, it's lucky number 13 for UNCW. 13 straight wins. We'll recap the latest ones on the road at Elon at North Carolina A&T. We'll introduce you to UNCW's leading scorer, Trazarian White, as John Smith will sit down with him later on today. We'll also have our Player of the Week, the Player of the Week, and we'll talk about the big week for UNCW, a three-game homestand which starts against a big matchup at home Wednesday night against Charleston. All that straight ahead, this edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle. UNCW continues to roll 13 straight wins now as I bring you here. Mike Vaccaro alongside Takeo Siddle, head coach of the Seahawks, and coach this team certainly getting things going right now. What's been the biggest difference, the biggest factor for you guys to get all these wins going?
Well, I think, our mentality. We're just going out there playing to win. The one thing we always talk about with our team is trying to grow each day and each game, and I feel like we've done that.
Winning on the road isn't easy. Winning on the road in conference play even harder, but you had to do that this week. Let's talk about Elon, a team with a new coach and some personnel back from last year. Your thoughts going into this game against the Phoenix?
Well, I knew it was going to be a tough game. Obviously, that's a rivalry game for both sides, and we knew that last year they broke our streak or ended our streak, and we knew we were going to get their best punch. It was going to be a different type of game for us, 40 minutes of zone. So we were going to have to lock into our scouting report and understand what type of shots that we needed to try to get versus their zone. And, offensively, they're very slow and a lot of ball and player movement. So we knew that we were going to have our hands full, but I thought we executed really well.
Yeah, you scored 81 points against this zone, and as you said, a team that wants to slow things down. What did that tell you about this team? That you haven't faced zone all that often, but to score 81 points, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was very impressed with our guys' ability to just kind of process what we were telling them, how we needed to attack them offensively, and then the intent that they showed when they got out on the court to get the ball in the middle of the zone or get it in the short corners. We got quality shots all night. We stepped up and made them.
Yeah, Trazarian White stepped up, made a lot of them inside the middle of that zone. Let's take a look at the highlights from Wednesday. UNCW at Schar Center on the Elon campus. And here's our highlights.
Front court pressure shown. Pratt in the backcourt with the strip. LA on the recovery. He'll send it to Sherry. Ball knocked away going down the lane. Phillips on the recovery. He'll outlet the White. And
that foul for me. Make White work. He's had easy going tonight.
on the inbounds, this is Harden Hayes. The fire for the three is good. Malik Harden Hayes knocks down the triple up.
Again, impressive win for UNCW, 81-66. UNCW tying the school record with 12 consecutive wins there, Coach. And again, the glass was, I think, really key in this game. 40 rebounds. Of those 40 for you, 16 were on the offensive end, and you scored a high clip on the offensive glass as well as second chance opportunities.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure we made a point of that going into the scout and going into that game. We wanted to make shots, but we talked about the ones that didn't go in. We wanted to make sure we crashed the glass. It's hard to rebound out of a zone. So we wanted to make sure we were really aggressive attacking the offensive glass. And then defensively, I thought we did a tremendous job blocking out and gang rebound, and something that we need to improve on through the course of the conference season.
Trazarian White, a career-high 26 points in the middle of that zone. And again, he took what the defense gave him, and that mid-range shot was really working for him.
He did. He was aggressive early. He made quick decisions. When he caught the basketball, he was under control. He was very composed. Thought he did a tremendous job in the middle.
Amari Kelly, a career-high night as well with 15 points. And you continue to see this young man, off the bench last year, now in a starting role, continues to develop his game.
Yeah, he's been an older guy. He's leading by example. He's starting to be more vocal. With his play on the court, he's playing with a great amount of energy on both ends of the floor, and we need him to continue to do that. He's one of the best post players in this league, and I need him to show that on a consistent basis.
Yeah, the starters shine through here. It was a rarity where the bench was outscored by the opponent's bench, but again, you get 26 from White, 15 from Amari Kelly, 12 for Jamari Thomas as well. So your starting five really shine through.
Yeah, we came out to play. Our bench did some really good things. They just didn't score it as well as they normally do. But we did some really good things overall as a team.
So again, the Seahawks get the win, their first win as a program at Shar Center, albeit just in 4 tries there. But UNCW gets that victory, ties a school record, 12 straight wins. We'll take a break here. When we get back, we'll talk about A&T, the new member of the CAA, the Seahawks at the Aggies on Saturday, trying to set a new school record as well. We'll have those highlights next.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got freedom. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. Because your new Ford vehicle is just the start of a journey. So stop by your Ford dealer today and choose one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs ready for delivery. We've been building this country for 119 years, but we're just getting started.
At Hardee's, no matter what you choose, it's the right choice. Because our new 4 for $6 deal lets you make your own combo. Mix and match, then feast or snack on the food you're craving, all for just $6. Combine your favorite flavors into the perfect deal with our new 4 for $6 menu, only at Hardee's.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Do the Dew.
At Hardee's, no matter what you choose, it's the right choice. Because our new 4 for $6 deal lets you make your own combo. Mix and match, then feast or snack on the food you're craving, all for just $6. Combine your favorite flavors into the perfect deal with our new 4 for $6 menu, only at Hardee's.
Well, UNCW, 3 games of their first 4 in the conference on the road. Coach's stretch would wrap up against A&T on Saturday, taking on another newcomer in the conference and going up against them. You see that they're a very athletic team. Cam Woods can score a lot. What were your concerns going up against A&T?
Their guard play. They can be explosive. And the Cam kid was really good. We had our hands full with him, but really explosive offensively. We knew on their home court it'd be tough for us. Us playing 2 games in 4 days, being on the back end of that would be tough. But I thought we made enough plays to win the game.
You won the game here, but certainly you were tested, and it's been the first time in a while that you've been tested in a close game here. Is that a plus to see your kids kind of work through that and come up with a big win?
It is. We always talk about if you want to be a championship level team, you have to be able to experience adversity and handle it the right way. And I thought we handled it the right way. They tested us. We made plays when it was time to make plays on both ends of the floor, and we got the job done.
Rebounding and free throws, 19 of 21 from the free throw line. Both those numbers I thought were really important here.
Yeah, when you're in tight games like that, when you're up and teams are playing from behind, you have to continue to go to the free throw line and step up and make your free throws. And then, when you're talking about getting stops, you have to defensive rebound because they're going to be coming in trying to get offensive rebounds because they're in panic mode. So I thought we did a good job in both areas.
Yeah, certainly an exciting game. The first meeting as conference opponents, UNCW on the road at A&T. Let's take a look at the highlights now from the Corbett Center from Saturday. Well, UNCW, a tight victory here, 66-61. Closest win in some time here for UNCW, but a win nonetheless, Coach, and lucky number 13 for this team. And you guys certainly celebrated 13 straight wins. It's incredible.
It is. I was so happy for the kids just to kind of sit back and watch them enjoy it. I don't think they necessarily realize how special it is to win 13 games in a row and set a school record, another school record. And, I think later on in life they'll realize how special it was. And I think after the season I'll be able to kind of reflect and sit back and just think about how special it was myself. But, unbelievable accomplishment. Happy for them, happy for our university, happy for our men's basketball program, the community. We have a really good basketball team, and we have a lot of good basketball left in us.
Yeah, something special certainly shaping on up here. And you look at Malik Carden-Hayes. He was special in this game, a career-high 28 points. What do you continue to see from him? Because, again, struggled maybe early this season, but he is really coming into his own now.
Well, just he's more comfortable. He knows when he's going in the game, he knows how many minutes he's going to be playing. He knows the type of shots that I'm going to allow him to take. He's playing with a great amount of energy and toughness, competing. He really set the tone for us in that game. His will to win, I thought, was visible in the game. And, he played his heart out, and I'm very proud of him.
Yeah, really good game for Malik Carden-Hayes as the Seahawks get the win. 13 straight wins and sets the stage now for a big game coming up Wednesday at home against Charleston. We'll talk about that matchup next, or later on rather. Next, we have Trazarian White, our player profile. John Smith, we'll sit down with him. We'll talk about that coming up.
People have trusted Reed's Jewelers with their life's moments since 1946. That's because we're family owned. We treat everyone who walks through our doors or visits our website as a part of our family. We have a beautiful selection of jewelry and watches for any occasion. We offer free shipping and returns, as well as multiple payment options to make sure you find the perfect gift. See why people have trusted Reed's Jewelers to celebrate their life's moments for over 75 years.
Game day at Walk-Ons is just different, and it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand-cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block, hand-peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp, hand-carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys, and hand-slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day, the Walk-Ons way.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Fortune with Wilmington Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Excited to be on the UNCW campus today to talk to you about this week's Medical Minute. Shoulder injuries are extremely common in sports, recreational, and job-related activities. These injuries can range from chronic overuse injuries to traumatic injuries like shoulder separations, dislocations, and even rotator cuff tears. Sometimes injuries can be prevented, but sometimes with traumatic injuries they are not preventable. But we always talk about preventative strategies to try to limit their effects. One of the biggest things to consider is rotator cuff strength as well as upper back strength, in addition to good posture throughout your day. As always, if these symptoms persist, please come see us at Wilmington Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Our goal is to support you with easily accessible world-class care for all your orthopedic and sports medicine needs.
Preparing for the big game, athletes practice countless hours year-round. Then, it's game time, and their fans get to see the results, cheering on their team to a win. At Coastline Insurance, we're working hard behind the scenes, preparing for when you need us, because we want our customers to be our biggest fans. Let Coastline Insurance shop your coverage and find out why we say, when we shop, you win. Find us online at coastlineinsurance.com.
Time to introduce you to one of the Seahawks here, and it's the leading scorer, Trazarian White, who we're highlighting here today with our Pepsi player profile. And Coach, this is a guy that last year was kind of a role player, created a lot of energy. Now he's becoming the player on this team, and he is certainly shining. What are you seeing from him in his new role this season?
Well, he's grown, Mike. You know, his game has really evolved. Going from freshman to sophomore, it's a huge transition. And him being more comfortable as being, quote unquote, our key guy, our main guy, it took a lot of hard work, and he worked his butt off in the spring and summer to become a better basketball player. And he has a high ceiling to be really special. And, just want him to continue to fall in love with the process, and I think he's doing that.
And you see when he allows the game to come to him, he is a lot better. Coming off the career-high 26 against Elon, not a big scoring night against A&T, yet he was still a factor in that game. He was, and that's the thing. Trazarian, every time people talk about him to me, they say his pace is unbelievable. He's very comfortable going at his own pace. And, I think when he goes out and he chases it, I think that's when he struggles, but when he lets it come to him, I think that's when he has big nights. And, in the A&T game, he didn't score it as well. I thought he was a little loose with the basketball, but when he locked in, he was able to make some big plays for us. And not only the leading scorer, leading rebounder for this team as well. So to have that in this guy, kind of multifaceted, that's a plus as well to have that. It is. He's a tremendous rebounder. He's one of those guys that just is always around the basketball. Has a knack for going up and getting two-hand rebounds, and for this group, we need him to continue to do that. So Trazarian White, he is our subject of our Pepsi player profile. Here's John Smith with more.
Welcome back. John Smith here, now joined with Trey White, sophomore here at UNCW with the men's basketball program. Trey, just talk about what this offseason has been like for you. You guys come off a CBI championship. How much excitement was there in this preseason building up to everything?
It's a lot of excitement. We have a lot of young guys. You know, the difference between last year, you know, we had a lot of older guys. Now we have a lot of young legs, you know, active energy. So it's just a lot of energy coming into this year. And, you know, coming off last year, like, we still have a lot to prove. So everyone knows that.
Your first year here, what was kind of you look back at it, you grade yourself how you felt you did?
Considering I was a freshman, I would say a B. You know, I stuck to my role even if it wasn't the role I wanted. You know, I played my role to the best of my ability to, you know, help our team win.
How important is that when you say help the team win? It's part of a team. How important is that in everybody buying into that mentality that no one is bigger than the team?
It's very important because if we have, you know, guys who are about them, you know, it'll cause a cancer to the team because, you know, just the chemistry with everyone, you know, if everyone is team, then everyone will eat. But if it's just me, like, everyone's not going to get what they want.
Trask Coliseum going to be full this season. How exciting and how much does this team build off the crowds here when you have a packed house?
We built off it a lot, actually. I seen from the beginning when it was, you know, not that many people to the end where it was packed, and the end where it was just crazy. Like, the energy, the atmosphere, it gives us energy on the court knowing that we have people behind us rooting for us and wanting us to win.
How have you improved and what have you done to make yourself a better player? And when you get on the court, what should people see?
I've matured. You know, I've stretched my game behind the arc. My ball handling has improved. So just see an all-around player, still energy guy, but now you see a little more of my game.
When you come off a CBI championship, what are the expectations? You know, is it NCAA tournament or bust? What are the expectations for the season?
Every year expectation is to get to March Madness, but right now we're just taking it one day at a time. You know, we're worried about the next game coming up, so we're not really gonna talk about the, you know, future. We just gotta stay in the present.
Well, appreciate you joining us. UNCW sophomore forward Trey White. We'll be right back.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got freedom. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. Because your new Ford vehicle is just the start of a journey. So stop by your Ford dealer today and choose one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs ready for delivery. We've been building this country for 119 years, but we're just getting started.
At Hardee's, no matter what you choose, it's the right choice. Because our new 4 for $6 deal lets you make your own combo. Mix and match, then feast or snack on the food you're craving, all for just $6. Combine your favorite flavors into the perfect deal with our new 4 for $6 menu, only at Hardee's.
Just like my mama said, hard times and that good way that you're born. When the world wants you to sing or swim, I ain't gonna go.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Do the Dew.
At Hardee's, no matter what you choose, it's the right choice. Because our new 4 for $6 deal lets you make your own combo. Mix and match, then feast or snack on the food you're craving, all for just $6. Combine your favorite flavors into the perfect deal with our new 4 for $6 menu, only at Hardee's.
Bring it back now, time for the Flying Machine Play of the Week. We go back to Saturday's game on the road at A&T. Trezarian White, a big play late in this contest.
To White, he puts it up and in! Did I not tell you that White is their guy? The bank is open!
Well, a big play, our flying machine play of the week, Coach. We've talked about it this week. You drew that up, and not many options when you've got 2 seconds left on the shot clock, inbounds underneath the basket, but take us through that play.
Yeah, that's something that's in our package. You know, we thought we were going to have a longer shot clock, so we had another play ready. But then when we found out we had 2 seconds on the shot clock, we had to think about something on the fly, and we called it head tap, and we executed that to a T. Donovan threw a great pass. Everybody else did their job, and Trezarian made an unbelievable play.
Yeah, it was some key points late in that game that maybe helped seal the contest as well. Our flying machine play of the week. Time for the Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week, and how about this for Malik Harden-Hayes? He is the Player of the Week. He averaged 20 points in the 2 games this week, shooting 60% from the field and 50% from 3. Also 4.5 rebounds, Coach. He again is continuing to develop a different role that he had at his previous stop at North Dakota State, but he is certainly relishing this role right now.
Yeah, this is a perfect system for him. You know, he can play free, he can play loose. You know, he can use his athleticism. He's a big-time scorer, a big-time rebounder, a big-time defender. So, you know, he's just he's playing at an elite level right now.
Yeah, certainly is. Again, not only scoring the basketball, but a career high score in the basketball with those 28 points that he had against A&T as well. Our Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week, it is Malik Harden-Hayes. Really big week for him. And the Seahawks will need him for the week coming up. The Seahawks start a 3-game homestand with a rival, Charleston, in town on Wednesday. We'll take a break, talk about that matchup next.
People have trusted Reed's Jewelers with their life's moments since 1946. That's because we're family owned. We treat everyone who walks through our doors or visits our website as a part of our family. We have a beautiful selection of jewelry and watches for any occasion. We offer free shipping and returns, as well as multiple payment options to make sure you find the perfect gift. See why people have trusted Reed's Jewelers to celebrate their life's moments for over 75 years.
Game day at Walk-Ons is just different. And it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block. Hand peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp. Hand carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys. And hand slicing, then tossing our boneless wings in our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day, the Walk-Ons way.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Fortune with Wilmington Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Excited to be on the UNCW campus today to talk to you about this week's Medical Minute. Shoulder injuries are extremely common in sports, recreational, and job-related activities. These injuries can range from chronic overuse injuries to traumatic injuries like shoulder separations, dislocations, and even rotator cuff tears. Sometimes injuries can be prevented, but sometimes with traumatic injuries they are not preventable. But we always talk about preventative strategies to try to limit their effects. One of the biggest things to consider is rotator cuff strength as well as upper back strength, in addition to good posture throughout your day. As always, if these symptoms persist, please come see us at Wilmington Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Our goal is to support you with easily accessible world-class care for all your orthopedic and sports medicine needs.
Preparing for the big game, athletes practice countless hours year-round. Then, it's game time, and their fans get to see the results, cheering on their team to a win. At Coastline Insurance, we're working hard behind the scenes, preparing for when you need us, because we want our customers to be our biggest fans. Let Coastline Insurance shop your coverage and find out why we say, when we shop, you win. Find us online at coastlineinsurance.com.
Well, UNCW starts a 3-game homestand. Before we get to the matchups, let's take a look at our Hardy CAA standings. And you see, Coach, at top of the standings, it is Charleston and UNCW, the lone undefeated teams at 4-0 in conference play. They'll match up on Wednesday night. But, you know, it's still early on in this race. But to be 4-0, especially with 3 games on the road, that's a huge plus for UNCW.
Yeah, we're off to a great start. It's so early, Mike. And like I always tell you, you want to make sure you keep stay focused on the next game and take it one day at a time, and that's what we're doing. But we're certainly off to a great start, and you know, hope to continue to grow as a basketball team so we can be playing really good basketball at the end of the conference season.
So again, right now, standing atop the standings, UNCW and Charleston. As we take a look at what's ahead for UNCW, it is Charleston Wednesday night, Trask Coliseum, sold out crowd expected in Trask as well. And Coach, I mean, again, this game has been hyped up a lot. Obviously, it's just the 5th conference game of the year. So how do you kind of keep your kids, even keeled and focused on this matchup?
Yeah, yesterday, was a huge mental day for us. We had a couple meetings. For me, it was a mentally draining day, but it was much needed. And we've experienced this a little bit before. It wasn't in conference play, but the Jacksonville game here, the build-up was so massive. I wanted to make sure that we just kind of focused in on the day that was in front of us. I told them yesterday the game will be won over the next 2 days, and it's all about can they control their emotions, can they mentally be locked in and be focused, and what is their approach going to be to the game. And the build-up is great, but you have to play the game the right way, and you have to have a lot of poise and focus in order to be successful.
Yeah, it should be a fun night inside Trask Coliseum. Again, that game Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. If you did not get a ticket, we'll have it for you starting at 6:45 on Flow Sports and on The Breeze as well. Again, the first of 3 straight for UNCW, Saturday, 5 o'clock against William & Mary. And then on Monday, the Seahawks take on Elon a second time this season. That'll be at 7 o'clock. So a big stretch here at home, Coach, and it all starts with the arrival and a big game that's big in the league and getting some national notoriety as well. So it should be a fun night in Trask Coliseum. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Mike.
Again, for Takeo Siddle, Hope Richardson, and Joe Browning, I'm Mike Vaccaro. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week for another edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle.